Now let's have a discussion related to the points given in the sixth chapter, that is related to targeting of ease of doing business. Before I discuss the points given in this particular volume of economic survey, some of the very important points are: one, the concept of ease of doing business is usually discussed in the context of ease of doing business report, EODBR. This particular report is annually published by one of the global financial institution, that is World Bank. World Bank annually publishes a report based on the performance of various countries on 10 very important parameters. And based on the performance of these particular countries, on all these particular 10 parameters, a ranking is provided for these particular economies. In the last couple of years, India's performance in this particular concept of ease of doing business report has been improving. That is, in simple terms, the ranking in the beginning of 2014 or in the beginning of the new government was 142nd, and as per the latest ranking, which has been for the year 2019, India's ranking has improved to 63rd. Now, please understand, this particular survey basically takes into consideration the performance of various economies on ease of starting a business, dealing with construction permits, getting electricity, registering your property, getting credit for your business, protecting minority investors, paying taxes, trading across borders, enforcing contracts, and resolving insolvency. And as I've already mentioned, performance of India has improved in the overall ranking. The most important contributor for this particular improvement has been the performance of India under one of the very important parameters, that is resolving insolvency. If you compare India's performance or improvement of India under this particular parameter only, it was ranked at 137th for the year 2014, and its ranking has improved steadily to 52nd position for the year 2019. And this particular improvement has been because of various reforms, most importantly the insolvency and bankruptcy code, which has been implemented by Government of India. And this has been observed or noted by the World Bank report itself. Now, out of these particular 10 parameters, India's economy or India's performance has improved in 7 of these particular parameters. Having said so, India's performance in some of these particular parameters even today needs huge amount of improvement. For example, India's performance under ease of starting a business needs improvement. Its performance in registering your property needs huge amount of improvement. And finally, its performance in enforcing contracts as well as paying taxes also needs improvement. But please understand, what is the importance of this particular ranking? Various experts say that, and even to a certain extent, Government of India says that foreign investments as well as the domestic investments many of the times is linked to this particular concept of ease of doing business. Because if you look at these particular parameters, many of these particular parameters are directly linked with how easy it is to conduct business in any of these particular economies. And higher the improvement or better the ranking gets, it is usually correlated with easier conduct of the business for the private sector in these particular economies. But please understand, various critics also have pointed that this particular idea of ease of doing business report or the calculation of these particular rankings is based on the surveys that are conducted by the World Bank in only 2 cities. In case of India, for ranking, the 2 cities that are considered are New Delhi as well as Mumbai. And as per the latest announcement of World Bank itself, it is going to expand the coverage of these 2 cities or expand the coverage from 2 cities to 4 cities. As per the latest report, which was discussed in various newspapers, the World Bank has stated that in every country which has got a population of more than 100 million, rather than considering only 2 cities for the calculation of rankings in this particular report, now from the next year, the World Bank will be considering 4 cities. And this is the current affairs part. Rather than considering only 2 cities, that is New Delhi and Mumbai, from next year, World Bank, in case of India, will be considering 2 more cities, that is Kolkata as well as Bangalore. So for next year's report, there will be 4 cities which will be considered for the calculation of India's performance under the concept of ease of doing business report. That has been one point. Second point, various critics also have pointed out that these particular 10 parameters are not the only parameters which will promote the concept of ease of doing business. For example, where is the consideration for labor reforms? In case of India, one of the biggest issues with these particular companies, especially the multinational corporations, has been the issue of labor. That is, in case of India, the labor as a subject is falling under the concurrent list. As a result of this, the central government formulates a certain laws, as well as the state government also formulates a certain laws. In totality, there are more than 140 labor laws in case of India because of this. And some of these particular labor laws are very anarchic or pro-labor. And when these particular laws are applicable, it becomes very difficult for these particular companies, especially the private sector companies, to abide by these particular labor laws. For example, the companies or the employers need a concept of a easy hiring and firing policy. But in case of India, there are certain labor laws which restrict this particular policy of easy hiring and firing. In many of the cases, whenever the company has got the number of employees beyond certain threshold, to lay off the workers, they need to get the permission from the government. And these kind of labor laws are difficult to be abided or difficult to be followed by these particular companies. Because understand this, the companies always want to be very competitive in the market. And one of the ways of being very competitive in the market is to focus on the cost of production. And one of the ways of controlling cost of production is to ensure the input cost in the form of a labor are very much minimal. And when these particular companies are not given the free hand in terms of controlling this particular cost of input in the form of labor, they find it very difficult to be competitive in the international market. And in the recent times, you must have seen, because of the volatility, because of the slowdown in the domestic market, because of certain trade issues between various trading partners, it is very important for these particular companies to be competitive in the international market. This is one issue. Another issue is, where is the question of land acquisition or the parameter related to land acquisition in this particular discussion? Because please remember this, one of the very important raw material that is required for any kind of economic activity is the land. And in case of India, though there is the Land Acquisition Rehabilitation Resettlement Act of 2013, land acquisition has been one of the biggest problems for Indian manufacturing sectors. Apart from this, various other critics also have pointed out that the ease of doing business in many of the countries are determined by external factors as well as some of the internal factors which are not discussed in this particular report. So, are these particular parameters going to affect the ease of doing business? Yes, no doubt related to that. So, India's performance in these particular parameters, is it going to promote ease of doing business? Definitely yes, no doubt in that. But are these the only parameters which will promote ease of doing business? Not necessarily. There are many other factors which are not considered in the concept of ease of doing business report. Now, having said so, we need to discuss some of the very important points which are discussed in this particular volume of economic survey. As already mentioned, India's ranking has improved by 14 positions from 77th rank in the year 2018 to 63rd rank in the 2019, and before that, India's ranking jumped by 23 positions. I've already mentioned that there are certain important parameters under which the performance of India still needs a huge amount of improvement. Let me discuss some of these particular parameters. One is the concept of starting a business. India's ranking in starting of a new business has been very, very poor. Now, how does India perform compared to the best performing country in these particular parameters? And for comparison, under the starting a business parameter, registering property, paying taxes, as well as enforcing contracts, I've made a comparison between the performance of the best country in this particular parameters, that is New Zealand, with that of India. Now, let me start with the first one, starting a business. In case of India, the number of procedures that were required to start a business in the last decade, that is a decade ago, in the year 2009, were 13. And this particular number has been reduced from 13 to 10. So you can see an improvement in this particular number of procedures which were required. Having said so, if I compare this number with the number of procedures that are required in case of New Zealand to start a new business, the requirement even today stands at 1, which is much better than or much easier to abide by compared to what is the number of procedures in case of India. Second, what is the number of days that are required to get all these particular procedures cleared? In case of India, it has reduced from 30 days to 17 to 18 days. In case of New Zealand, it has come down by half a day, from 1 day to half a day. So in case of New Zealand, you need to go through only one procedure, which can be even completed within half a day. And not only this, what is the cost? How much is the cost incurred by this particular company or the promoter as a percentage of income per capita? In case of India, it was 66%, which has reduced to 5.3% to 9.3%. In case of New Zealand, it was a 0.4% in the year 2009, which has again halved to 0.2% in the year 2019. So you can see India's performance in this particular parameter has increased, but it is very, very far away from the best performing country. Second parameter that I'll be considering will be registering property. How easy it is to register property, what are the number of procedures you will have to go through, and what is the cost. These are the usual parameters which are considered. Let me start with number of procedures. In case of India, the number of procedures to register property has increased from 5 in the year 2009 to 9 in the year 2019. In case of New Zealand, it has remained constant at 2. So you can see that India needs to basically work on this particular concept of registering a property. Not only this, number of days that are required to register a property has increased from 44 days to 49 to 68 days in case of India. And in case of New Zealand, it has increased from just 2 days to 3.5 days. And finally, the cost that is incurred as a percentage of the property value, which is paid or which is a burden on this particular company, has increased from 7.4% to 8.1% in case of India. And in case of New Zealand, it is just costing the company 0.1% of the cost of the value of the property. So even under these particular parameters, there is a huge scope of improvement for India. Next, what is the concept of paying taxes? How does India perform under the concept of paying taxes? In case of India, the number of payments has decreased from 59 to 10 or 12. And in case of New Zealand, it has decreased from 8 to 7. Apart from this, what is the time spent by the businesses to pay these particular taxes, measured in terms of number of hours spent on annual basis? In case of India, it has decreased from 271 hours to 250 or 254 hours. And in case of New Zealand, it has increased from 70 hours to 140 hours. But more importantly, compare how many hours are required in case of New Zealand to pay these number of taxes and the number of hours are required in case of India to pay these particular number of taxes. Apart from this, the total tax payable as a percentage of gross profit has decreased from 64% to 49%, but in case of New Zealand, it stands at 34.6%. So even under this particular parameter, India needs to improve its performance. And finally, the problem of enforcing contracts. In the last couple of years, there has been a lot of discussion related to this particular concept of enforcing contracts. Now, in recent times, there has been a discussion related to the trade agreement between India and European Union. One of the very important sticking points between this particular trade agreement, which is yet to be signed, is the concept of the dispute resolution. If there is a dispute in terms of enforcement of a contract, in what way this particular dispute will be resolved is one of the sticking points between India as well as a European trade agreement. In economic survey, it has been mentioned that the time that is measured in the number of days that is taken by these particular companies so to enforce these particular contracts is a whopping 1445 days in the year 2019. And this has worsened compared to how many days were required back in the year 2009. In the year 2009, we required, or these companies required 1420 days to enforce or to impose or implement these particular contracts. But by 2019, it has increased or worsened to 1445 days. Compare this with the performance of New Zealand in case of enforcement of contracts. In case of New Zealand, the number of days that are required to enforce the contracts is a very lower number compared to India, that is 216 days. And the cost, that is as a percentage of the debt, how much is the cost incurred to enforce these particular contracts? In case of India, it is around 31%. And in case of New Zealand, it is around 27%. So even under these particular parameter, there is a need of a huge improvement in case of India. Now these are the 4 parameters under which India's ranking is more than 100 and there is a need for or there is a scope of improvement for India's performance. Now apart from this, another very important comparison that has been made in economic survey is the performance of India compared to its peers such as China, Brazil, Indonesia. Let me discuss these particular four parameters again under these particular comparison. In case of India, to start a business, one person has to follow 10 number of procedures. In case of China, it is 4, Brazil, it is 11. In case of a number of days, it is 17 or 18 in case of India. In case of China, it is much lesser, that is 9 days. Cost is 5.3% to 9.3%. In case of China as well as Brazil, it is much lesser. In case of registering property, you will see the same issue. Number of procedures are higher. Time that is required to register property is higher. Cost as a percentage of the property value is higher in case of India compared to China or compared to Brazil. In case of paying taxes, number of payments, time that is required, and the total tax payable, all of them, or at least a majority of them, India's performance is very bad compared to its closest peer, that is China. In case of enforcement of contracts, the number of days as well as the cost, both of them are much higher compared to its closest competitor, that is China. So if India wants to become a manufacturing hub, if India wants to replace China as a global manufacturing facility and improve upon its exports as well as the domestic manufacturing facilities, Government of India needs to focus on all these particular parameters so that not only the domestic investment in the manufacturing will improve, we can also easily attract the foreign direct investment in various sectors based on the improvement under these particular parameters. Now, apart from this, Economic Survey discusses what are the issues related to India's performance under these particular parameters. Why is that performance in these particular parameters is very poor in case of Indian economy? One very important issue is the number of pieces of legislation or the number of laws as well as the statutory compliance requirements. In case of India, Government of India regulates these particular sectors through the implementation of various laws. As already mentioned, the labor laws is a major problem or is a bigger problem for these particular companies. Within these particular labor laws, again there are certain guidelines or provisions which make it very difficult for the businesses to function easily in case of India. Apart from this, within various laws, there are various compliances that are required to be undertaken by these particular companies. For example, Economic Survey says that in case of the manufacturing companies in India,